Hi guys, welcome back to Rock and Roll Rugby. And in today's, it's actually tonight's movie night. So I'm going to be reacting to All Blacks in Their Own Words, episode 1. So it's not just the Springboks that's releasing documentaries. The first time that I've seen this actually from the All Blacks in a long time, to see them release some like social media stuff. And it's awesome. I'm not talking about normal press conferences and stuff, but actually like a doc, you know, and this is awesome to see. I'm going to be reacting to it, and I think it's really good to see this, the All Blacks also do this type of stuff. It's good for rugby. It's good to show the fans what is really happening in the background, because a lot of the times us fans are very critical of everything that goes on the field. And sometimes it's so good when you can go behind the scenes, see what's actually happening and what the guys are experiencing every time that these guys have to run out on the field. What is all the pressures around it? Now, I'm not going to start this from the start. It's quite long. It's 27 minutes. So we're 7 minutes in. Ardie Savea explained a little bit about his upbringing, not having a car and having to walk to places, him and his brother. Just the All Blacks explaining generally the pressure that's on them, having to put on the All Black jersey. Savea pretty much just explaining how he fries under the pressure and he likes the pressure. Now we are in that dreaded series. If you look out of an All Black perspective, obviously a great away series for Ireland when they beat the All Blacks the first time on home soil. So we picked that up and let's watch it. Yeah, when Henshaw went through for that, I remember half time that was I was shocked. But that was the one guy, Ardie Savea, right through the battling of that World Cup. Ardie Savea was brilliant. Ioane going through. Oh, beautiful run there from Jordan.
We came back nicely in that game and we were almost in control again. And
that was such a good comeback.
Does he have the minerals to go for touch? My goodness, this is a massive moment in this test series.
Herring in the back, making good progress. Close.
And that was, you know, the defense from that rolling maul there from the All Blacks was poor, very poor.
And the stadium could feel it.
It's not All Black type defense, definitely.
Rugby, you remember?
Back to Carberry, and is that. Ireland win the series.
At this point, I thought All Black Rugby, how are they going to turn this around? You know, I really thought that back last year. I honestly thought it's time for Foster to go. With Razor doing so well with Crusaders, I felt they needed to immediately put Razor in.
Country down, big time.
We're extremely disappointed, gutted in fact.
We had this expectation to win, like the All Blacks do, and we didn't.
Yeah.
Really heartbroken, mate. It's all our fans out there, you know, just apologise.
For me, at that
See,
time,
Ardie was just gutted.
Just in my heart,
Gutted.
it was just probably the right thing to do.
This guy wears his heart on his sleeve, eh? Apologising for the All Blacks.
I mean, it's not like...
And he was probably the best player right through that bad form of the All Blacks.
Back-to-back home defeats for the first time since 1998. The team's now lost 4 of their last 5 games.
I thought it's the descent of All Black Rugby. I honestly...
The noise around the All Black series loss to Ireland has been almost...
I thought this is big trouble.
There's cracks everywhere in this team and the way we play. Well, we just weren't good enough. Simple as that.
All Blacks fans aren't used to losing, and lately there has been a lot of it.
As an All Black, I hadn't been through that kind of adversity either. Not this amount.
Last year was the worst.
Yeah, no, man. If you play for the All Blacks, you usually win. So it must be hard.
So I couldn't escape it.
It's not easy, but it's not supposed to be either.
The All Blacks have hit a new low, so deep in a hole they seem unable to find any way out.
I mean, get rid of, captain, coaching staff.
I mean, it's just shameful, isn't it?
The question being asked, is Ian Foster the right man to take the All Blacks to the
I asked that. I didn't feel he was.
You can't deny the fact that there's a lot of expectation on the team and on the All Black head coach. And so that pressure does get personalised.
I'm the type of person, like, when my brother feels pain, I feel the same pain. Oh, I don't even know how someone like Foz handled all that, Still to this day.
That guy is so emotional.
Every day there's a lot of moving parts going around in the background in terms of the coaches and what was going to happen going forward.
But let me just pause it there. I saw a guy just walk in there. And when Foster brought this guy in after the losses with Ireland or somewhere around there, he brought in Jason Ryan. Now, let me tell you one thing. Got rid of Plumtree and those guys. That guy changed it all around, because all that the All Blacks had an issue with, their backline was fire. They were still great on the backline. The only reason why they looked, a bit flustered in many games in the backline is because they were playing from the back foot, because the forwards weren't giving them the platform. But where they were lacking was they were nowhere around the loose rucks cleaning out quick enough. And they were poor in their rolling maul defenses. Their scrummaging wasn't great. And when Jason Ryan came in, he started turning that around. And that's when I realized All Black Rugby, as much as you want to believe, they're a backline type team and they like to score the backline, the foundations has got to also be for them that their forwards need to play well. And they need to have a really good forward coach. And I still believe, out of all, I know Joe Smith's also done really well. But, as much as I think Foster is a good so-called coach manager of it all, the guy that's changed this team around, in my opinion, was Jason Ryan and what he did with those forwards. Because as soon as the forwards started changing their form, everything changed. But let's keep watching.
We just come off a tough Irish series and then we get 2 away games in South Africa. It was the first year the Rugby Championship had this mini tour type format.
Oh, you're going to take me through this pain again. As a Springbok supporter.
The All Blacks haven't got a great history of winning 2 tests in South Africa, and most of us have never done it, so it was always going to be a huge ask.
They're tough to play anywhere, but at home that's the true test.
I really didn't feel the All Blacks would be able to beat the Springboks at home with the form they were in, or the lack of form they had.
We'd trained really well. The players were
owning
roles, and I thought we improved some.
I thought after that game, okay, you know what? There's no chance in the second game that the All Blacks can come back from this. I just felt that, with the form and following the form, that there was no ways that they'd be able to beat the Springboks at the heartfelt on Ellis Park in the second game. Anyway, let's keep watching.
It didn't result in the win that we wanted, but for me, the message was we just got to keep believing.
But you could see the All Blacks start improving. You could see it.
It's been easy enough to put aside the outside noise and I suppose the pressure that's on this group at the moment.
Dropping 1 against South Africa is not unusual. So we just really want to get excited about our prep.
And how have you personally handled the pressure and the noise?
Well, I think I've already answered that. You asked me about the team, and I'm part of the team.
Oh, look, it was a tough week. There was a lot of talk about what was going to happen to me.
It sounded like it didn't really matter how we won.
He was definitely on the chopping block.
You did reach out to Foz because he was going through a lot.
I'm not going to share because it's between me and Foz, but it's just, when you check up on also, but you check up for real, as a man to man. You're good? Yeah. Nah, for real. And then,
Nah, for real. Speak from the heart.
It's really hard to try to be the head coach the team needed me to be, but when I shut the door and went to my own room, it wasn't an easy week at all.
I can imagine. It's tough being a coach, man, or any country. I mean, the criticism from fans can be tough.
When you're in the black jersey, the tougher it gets, the tighter you get. The more connected you get, the more difficult it is to be broken.
And here it comes, the big test.
The hardest place to play, hands down, is in Ellis Park.
And the South Africans will not make you feel welcome. They're obviously huge. I mean, there's so many South African All Black supporters, but
Like the fingers, chucking cans, like spitting on the bus,
giving you that one. They genuinely want you to get hurt and not succeed, and to put it nicely,
It is borderline hostile, isn't it?
it's all in the name of rugby.
Playing at Ellis Park, it just hurts. It hurts because of altitude. It hurts because you're playing South Africa at home. You just know it's going to be a physical, hard test match.
And it was.
And then trying to do the huckleberries out the gate because I can't hear a thing.
Exactly, yeah, because everyone's making such a noise. And they were at that point doing it deliberately. I remember that last year.
Highly likely that Foz was going to lose his job.
It was just like, we can do it, but it's going to be tough. Like, trench is tough.
And it will be Richie Mo'unga to get us going at Ellis Park.
Ellis Park
Just don't keep the All Blacks down for long, and then they'll find their way back in.
We were playing for our coach's job.
Again in possession. Here's the cross kick. Beautifully done. Basavia with his pace. Gets on the outside.
Artie. How good's this guy? That he didn't score there.
I was probably geared up with that being my last test.
Big fan of Artie, as you guys have probably gathered by now.
In their last 4 test matches. Can't stand up. Intercept.
And Peter Steph du Toit did something similar just this weekend.
It's our job to find a way.
Did it there as well.
That's our job.
Reads that intercept.
That's the legacy as All Blacks to go out there and find a way.
Referee looks closely. And it's
Definite try save there.
We had to win to be able to win the rugby championship. We had to win to save our coach.
All Blacks asking some real questions of this defence. Popped away for Jordan.
Nice floater.
Gives the pass off, and the skipper has scored.
Yeah.
You won't see any better. You will not see any better than that.
They just had more to play for on the day, I guess.
They've already made one change. Aaron Smith, boy, a try here would be what the doctor ordered.
I was going, just do your job, work your ass off.
Having another crack. He's in.
Takeo
scores. Try number 2. And it's 15 points.
Was a rough one to watch. I remember
what a week
sitting here in New Zealand saying, "Oh man, can't believe this." This was an amazing try from Lukhanyoam. I don't know how he got through there. He was in such good form. South Africa just pulled it back.
Half time you feel like you've played a game because it's at altitude. You can't breathe. And you guess what? You're playing 120 kg South Africans who want to rip you.
Very different than
you're okay. Stay calm.
than what you think to be playing at altitude, especially if you're not used to it.
Given up 1 try so far in this game.
You know, it was up and down. You know, when we were leading, we let them back in.
Oh, my pimpy goes through.
They call it test match because it does test you in so many different ways. So it's been able to operate in those.
Oh boy, these encounters are always amazing, guys. You can say what you want. There's nothing like an All Black versus Springbok game. Pollard slots it through. Boom.
Your back's against the wall and
13 minutes left.
Slips the pass for Tapia.
The way the All Blacks keep that ball alive. Just watch that. And then this guy with his pace. Ioane.
Playing with no fear.
Still going. Inside the 22.
That was the shift I think we made from previous test matches.
Here's Arnie Savia.
Fighting for it. How Arnie got that out. And then Avili with that very iconic try. Back now for the All Blacks. So it's going to be interesting. He's probably going to play this weekend. They said already that he's going to be playing against the Springboks again.
Oh, this is nothing like I've ever experienced. It's
just that Twickenham this time.
In some dramatic film.
Boy, I'm excited for this weekend.
What the boys were going through as human beings actually brought us closer for us to be able to perform.
Oh, he's got a penalty advantage for the All Blacks.
And then sealing it off with another try. Man, this was phenomenal to think with 13 minutes left to still score twice. Was an amazing win.
The way that we
you can say what you want.
In Ellis Park, like you can't get much better than that.
Nah, it was amazing. And that's when I realised you just don't keep the All Blacks down for a long time and then they right back up.
I remember that hug that Nug's talking about, like, yeah, just heartfelt, you know, like, yeah, there's plenty of those hugs going around.
That guy there, Jason Ryan.
He never tears up.
Don't underestimate him.
It meant to the group that we could get the win.
Incredible, mate. So proud of this group.
It's emotional. Everything on the line. It's always like, what do you have on the line? What are you playing for? Rugby is as much an emotional game as it's a physical game. Because everyone goes out there with a lot of physicality. It's about how much more the one team wants it than the other. And it's like that for every single game. It's what's at stake and how much do you want it. And that's why, even like for me as a Springbok supporter, when the Springboks have got their backs against the walls, wounded Springbok, it's probably the best top Springbok ever because they play for more. And you can clearly see it here, the same with the All Blacks.
It's one of the highlight test matches in my career. We had just like weathered the storm. If we can go through that storm together, we can go through anything.
The last few weeks that we've had as a team, you know, have been really difficult, and you know, today the boys stuck at it, and we got it done at one of the hardest places to play rugby in.
Like, it was a statement to beat the Boks at Ellis
Oh,
Park.
yeah.
That was just to restore some pride.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Still took away all the silverware that you're
15 when we won.
even not underperforming.
We were at. There were jobs on the line, and we didn't know what was going to happen. So all we could control was performing for one another at Ellis Park and making a statement that night.
That was tough, man. Felt pretty emotional, eh?
He wants to cry.
I was just happy we did it for the...
This guy wears his heart on his sleeve, eh? Total passion.
Do you expect to be the All Blacks coach against Argentina?
I've got no idea, so I'm just going to enjoy tonight.
And I was just being honest, I didn't know what the answer was.
Yeah. But he had hope, and then after that last performance.
People there making decisions, and that's their job. I kind of felt, okay, not a bad way to go.
Good attitude.
Back to the shed, and just sat there by myself. Had a few tears.
That's tough, man. Tough, they're all just humans, man. It's all human beings trying their best they can do.
Yeah, it was quite a weird one to have. Like,
Go look at Foster's record overall. It's still very good.
Then to go in the sheds.
But he made the right decisions in his coaching staff when he wasn't doing well. And that's what a good leader does. Gets the right team around you.
People were out for our throats, really, and they were out for our coach's head, and it was brutal. Yeah, I just wanted to make it public, like all the things that us players don't like them and that, well, I'm going to shut that door. A fair bit went down between the game and flying home.
Tweeted out, that's my coach. And then Mark Robinson, the CEO, was actually at the game, and they
on the way back, and
they heard this.
Around Robbo's keen to have a chat tomorrow.
Now listen to this. This is amazing.
And we just sort of said, well, why don't we just see him tonight when we get back?
We'll just go see him. I mean, all these guys could have celebrated. They decide they're going to go back their coach.
Conversations.
I mean, goosebumps, guys. That's, I never knew all of this, so it's fabulous to have this on a documentary.
Nah, we were there for business.
Total goosebumps, man.
What's happening in the team, what we thought of Foz, what we thought as leaders. Big Dog took that feedback in, and yeah, you can get his opinions, but you look at his fruit, and his fruit's us, the players, and we're the ones that are saying he's a great coach.
That's amazing, man. That's so amazing. It's like goosebumps. And then Ian Foster, obviously the players made him keep his job.
We'll hear this and go, he'll feel cringy because all we're doing is talking about him, and he'll hate that. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I was going through what I put the players through every week.
Don't know if you're going to keep your job, right?
They're going to put on a black jersey. They know if they don't perform, it could be their last. And so
it's a very logical person, Foster.
We were the ones who got ourselves into that mess. We had to get ourselves out of it.
Respect. And they did.
Loyalty is deep. It's not one big single silver bullet. It's hundreds of small things done day by day, drip by drip, into this bucket of black, that when it actually pours onto the jersey, that pigment of loyalty inside that black becomes very, very powerful.
Yeah.
I know for me, like, the deeper I know someone, or if I've got a really genuine connection with someone, like, I'll go on the field and break my bones for them. Like, and I feel like that's tied to how we do family in our culture, and I feel like that's slowly where this team's getting to.
So you can imagine how close they are now after standing together, keeping Foster, and I'm sure how Foster feels so close to them as well, you know. He feels all doubt that he had about the players. Now he feels like part of that family because he knows he's accepted. And a lot of coaches don't always feel like they're accepted, you know.
The stuff that we did go through, how I sum it up is we may have lost and won games, but I feel like we won massively off the field.
Because they united. Usually teams don't all unite. Some are against the coach, some are with the coach.
On the rugby field, but how it made people
they united and stood up for the coach, which is phenomenal.
You know, growing up in New Zealand, we all have a sense of whether it's ownership or a piece of knowing what it takes to be an All Black and what the people that are wearing that jersey should do. And you sort of know that when you come in, and the last thing you want to do is let that down. You know, if you do, people will tell you about it, which is a great thing. It can be
same with the Springboks.
It's the thing that keeps
you need the fans to be hard on you, because otherwise you're not going to get it right. Well, guys, that was my reaction. If you enjoyed my movie time, heartfelt for me to watch this and just to see. I never knew that the All Blacks players were so united to keep Foster on, and I mean, he's made the right decision since then, got the right coaching staff, turned it all around, and I'm sure now closer to the players than ever. If you enjoyed this reaction of mine, please hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed my kind of movie time reaction to this and you want me to react to the other of these episodes in the future, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. And remember, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, because we're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. Join the community. See you in the next one. Bye.